everyone, today we are talking high-end decor dupes and DIYs. I'm sharing with you how you can get that look for less so you can decorate your home on a budget. If you happen to be new here, welcome. My name is Emily, and last week I shared with you how to get that designer high-end look with Amazon, Walmart, and Target home furnishings that I have in my home, and you guys love that. If you haven't seen that, I'll leave it linked down below so you can go watch it next, and also an eye in the sky. But I love that, and I had a lot of fun, and a lot of you guys had different questions and things, so I thought it'd be fun to put together another video focusing on higher end furniture pieces, and then also sharing with you some high-end decor dupes that are DIYs that I've done that you can still get that look for less, but obviously you're making it yourself, and I feel like they're really good looking. So I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. If you do, give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and don't forget to hit that subscribe button because I love to be able to inspire and motivate you through decorating and DIYs here on my channel. So the first store we're gonna go to is Restoration Hardware. They have some beautiful pieces in that store. I've never actually been in there, but the price tag on them is just way too high. One piece of furniture is like the entire budget I have for my house. So I really have to figure out how to take that and make it stretch, and I know I'm not alone in that, and I love looking online at different people's homes and seeing how they decorate, but at the same time trying to get that same look but on a better budget, you know what I'm saying? So I've got you covered today, and I hope you guys enjoy it. I'll try to have as many of the products I can linked down in the description box below so you can look at it for reference and get it if you want to. So Restoration Hardware's wood block end table. It retails for around $1,400, I think, and you can get the same thing pretty much at Target for under $200. It looks exactly the same. It's a substantial size end table and it looks really nice. I think Restoration Hardware, you can choose from different colors, but you know, you can always make it one yourself and stain it whatever color you want. Another piece from Restoration Hardware is their iron and marble coffee tables. They're beautiful. They are really large, but on a slightly smaller scale, you can get the same thing at Target from the Studio McGee line, I think it is. And they have a round one, which is $320, and then they have a rectangle one that is $200, and I think they're beautiful. I actually really want to get the round one for the living room, but I haven't taken the plunge yet. I'm kind of thinking about incorporating it for spring. So yeah, I just think that they're really nice priced, and they look almost exactly the same. Now, if you wanted, like, say a brass look, you could always get some Rub and Buff and rub it on there, or spray paint the legs on the coffee table if you wanted to get that exact look to Restoration Hardware's, if you wanted to, you know, switch up the coloring. Another one is the cloud sofa from Restoration Hardware. So many people I see have it, and it's beautiful, but it is really pricey. And so a good alternative is one that's actually at Living Spaces, and it's called the Utopia. And they say it's their highest selling one because it looks just like the cloud. It's a little bit smaller scale, but I do know that you can customize it. So if you wanted to make it like a sectional, I do believe you can. And they have a side chair that matches it as well, which I think is really cool. I loved getting that look for less because a lot of people can't tell the difference. And so the next store we're gonna go to is actually McGee & Co. I love Studio McGee stuff, and I love the fact that they have actually brought out stuff at Target, and you can really find a lot of beautiful things there. But they have their McGee & Co. line, which is obviously higher end, and it's gorgeous. But again, it's a higher price point. So you can get these woven stools they have on McGee & Co. that are around $650, which is crazy. And you can get it at Target for a lot less. I feel like they look just the same. They also have these counter stools there that are $550, and I actually ordered one and it's $140. It's coming in the mail. I'm waiting for it. I was hoping to have it for this video to show you, but I don't yet. And I'm thinking about putting it in my kitchen, and they're really pretty. They look almost identical, and yeah, there will be a couple small differences, but I mean, for the price, you could get as many bar stools as you need for your kitchen versus just buying one of them. Another popular one is the wishbone chairs. I think that's how they call them, but they're like $330 to $400 or so, which is a lot for one chair. I was able to find them on TJ Maxx and also on Poly and Bark for around $130 a piece, which actually is really good for a decent, sturdy dining chair. TJ Maxx has actually opened up where you can order some things online, which is awesome. I have a couple rugs coming for the kitchen, which I'm super excited about to show you guys. The kitchen makeover should be coming I'm hoping next week. It was supposed to be this week, but I ran into a couple glitches, so it's gonna happen hopefully the next week if everything comes in, and I'm really excited to show you the kitchen makeover. Make sure you're subscribed so you don't miss out on that. Let's see. I'm looking at my list so I don't forget things. Target, actually, these aren't badly priced, but they have these wicker patio chairs. It's $300 for the set. When I was at TJ Maxx this last week, I found some for $40 a piece. So you get 2 for 80 bucks versus 300. Do they look exactly the same? They're a little bit off. You have to buy a cushion, but I like the fact that you can put whatever color cushion you want on them. You don't have to just go with the one that it comes with. You know what I'm saying? Customization is everything. Next door is Pottery Barn. Now Pottery Barn has their slip-covered sofas that are amazing. They're beautiful, but boy, they are pricey. I believe they are around $2,000 on up. We were gonna buy some for the last house that we were in, and it just didn't happen. We ended up going with IKEA's Ektorp couch, and it was such a good dupe. I love that couch. It was so comfortable. We got so many compliments on it. Everybody's like, how do you keep such a white, clean sofa? I'm like, I can wash it. It held up great. I would wash it usually once a month, and it would come out completely clean with just a little spray and wash and OxiClean. Always did the trick. I washed it on hot. You guys, that couch, I think we paid $400 for, and it lasted us 4 years. And the only reason I don't have it now is because we sold it with our last house. Otherwise, I would still have it. I actually wanted to order another one for this house, but they're out of stock, so I couldn't order one online. You have to go into the store and get it, and at the time we couldn't do that. So yeah, they're a great dupe, and you can get different colors in them, and there's a couple different sizes as well, which is nice. I think the Ektorp line has actually now called Upland, but the fabric on the Ektorp is great. It is so sturdy, and let me tell you, I have boys. They would jump on that, play forts on it. They would do all sorts of things. They're kids, and I don't let them just jump on the furniture like crazy, but they would have fun, and it never lost its firmness. Now, if you sit on the couch in IKEA, sometimes they're not the most comfortable, but I'm telling you, my couch was firmer, and it was just nice. It was so comfortable. So I can highly recommend that to you because it lasted for so long, and I think we would still have it. I know somebody that's had it for over 10 years, and they're like, it's just like it's brand new, we use it every day. So, you know, you can get that look for less, I promise you, without sacrificing the comfort or the style either. Another one they have are counter stools. So the counter stools aren't terribly priced, they're $200 a piece, which is a little bit pricey for one chair, but Target has a set for 2 for $260 that are pretty much the same. They sell them in black and then also the natural wood color, just like Pottery Barn, and they're a great dupe. Another one that Pottery Barn has is a leather armchair. I believe it's around $800. You can find it at Target and Amazon for around $300, and they're great dupes. So just gotta keep your eyeballs open. The next one is Crate and Barrel's sideboard. It is gorgeous. It's in a house that I absolutely love. It's around $1,000 though, which is a lot for one piece of furniture that is just gonna sit and hold things. You're not even actually sitting on it. Target has a similar one that's around $400 on sale. So it's still a little bit pricey, but it's a pretty substantial piece. And again, you know, it's $600 cheaper, so that's a plus in my opinion. Crate and Barrel has a sofa with wood trim on it. It's very pretty. Well, it's around $2,000, which some people, like, I don't know, it just depends. Like sometimes you pay a higher price for certain furniture and it will last longer, and sometimes you pay a higher price and it doesn't last any longer than the cheaper style. So it's a give and take on depending on where you're buying the product from, but you can get pretty much the exact same sofa at Down East Home for around $1,100, and I've heard it is amazing. I've had a couple of friends order it and they love it. I'm actually thinking about ordering it myself because I really like it. But I have to figure out what I'm gonna do with my other sofa. I like our sofa we have now. It's very comfortable, it's perfect, it's cozy, it's deep. People can't tell a difference unless you say it because they'll just compliment you. You know how many times people thought I had the Pottery Barn sofa and I didn't? I actually just ordered pendants that are, they look like they're Pottery Barn, but I found a dupe and they're gorgeous and they were half the price. You guys are gonna see them soon in the kitchen. I'm really excited for that kitchen makeover. It's gonna come, don't worry. So you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money. I definitely recommend doing like a design board or a mood board. Even if you go on Pinterest or even Instagram, save all those pictures that you like and then look at the common theme in them. What are the colors that you're most drawn to, and what are the main pieces that you're looking at, and figure out how you can incorporate that in your house. And I'm working on actually a room makeover that's not the kitchen, but somewhere else. And I'm trying to figure out if I wanted to keep the walls light or dark, because depending on whatever I do, I can just switch out the sofa for being light or dark. So it really depends on what you want to do, but you can just kind of, it takes a little bit of time, but you can kind of hunt for some of those items at the cheaper stores and still get that look that you're looking for. Another high-end decor piece that everybody seems to love is the Anthropologie mirror. It is beautiful, but it's a little bit pricey. Well, I was able to find you guys some good decor dupes at Kirkland's, and also World Market has a slightly smaller one. The Kirkland's ones are a better size, and I think it's a great dupe. And again, you can paint it whatever color you want. It's not hard to paint items. Get a $5 can of spray paint and go to town. Now I wanted to share with you a couple high-end decor DIY dupes for you. The first one is actually this mirror. I love this mirror, it's beautiful, but I could not find it cheaper, and I knew I could, so I went to the At Home store, and they have hundreds of mirrors there. You can find mirrors at Walmart and Target, but the At Home store seems to have a wide selection. Go to Home Goods, that's another store you can go to. But I picked up a rectangle mirror that had the same shape as the one that I found online. That's around $500, which is just crazy for a decor piece in my opinion. That's just gonna hang on the wall. And I went to Lowe's, or you can go to Home Depot or whatever, and buy some trim boards. These were around $5 a piece. I got one for each mirror. And all I did was cut it down. I set my saw at, what was it? I think it's 31.6 or around 30 degree angle. And I cut that down, got the first one to line up, and then the other edge lined up, and I got that. And then I cut it again, but opposite. So you can see that the two sides are opposite here. And then you can just overlay them to make an X on the mirror if you wanted to, but I decided to cut it down so it would mesh perfectly. Well, you have to glue them together. So I would suggest, since you have to paint them, I ended up just using some hot glue to glue them together because it's freezing outside and snowing. So if it was ideal, I would say, like I did, I added a piece of tape underneath to hold it, and then I would actually add wood glue in between and then use some spackle to finish it out really nice and smooth. I'll do that in the summertime because it's just a $5 fix. But I went ahead and glued those together, and then you're just gonna spray paint them, whatever color you want. I did a flat black, and then let that dry. It took a while for mine to dry because it's freezing outside. And then you're just going to hot glue that onto your mirror, and you can remove it later on if you want to. You can use Loctite, but if you want it to be permanent, you could use E6000. Just take into account that you don't want it to spread. But now I have a beautiful mirror that is a fraction of the cost. The mirror cost me $40, the trim cost me $5, and I had everything else. So $45 for a mirror versus over $500. So I think that was a great decor dupe, and hopefully you guys can replicate that. Another idea that you can get is a lot of people want to trim out their mirrors in their house. Sometimes buying a mirror separately can be really expensive. I did this in our last house. I took the same type of trim boards, and I basically just made a picture frame out of it. I cut the boards at 45-degree angle, so it makes a nice 90-degree angle, and I glued them onto the mirror, and it trimmed out the mirror, and it gave the bathroom such a better look just by adding $5 worth of trim to the mirror. So you can really customize things without having to spend a lot of money on it. So keep that in mind. Always keep an open mind whenever you're trying to decorate your home. So I feel like you can do a lot of good items. The next DIY decor dupe is for Pottery Barn's Painted Vase. They have these in a couple different colors. I've seen them floating around in white and black. I didn't want either color. I wanted to do more of a gray kind of concrete look. So all I did was got this vase from Hobby Lobby, got it 40% off. You can buy vases wherever you want, Dollar Tree, Walmart, wherever, but I like the shape of this vase. So all I did was take some thick painter's tape, kind of figure out where the line would be, and then I just wrapped that around my vase. Really simple, and you know it lines up if you get to the other side and it's lined up. And then I took some chalk paint by Waverly, and I ended up just doing it in the elephant color and painting that around, and then I took a little bit of white just to kind of break it up and stuff. I didn't do it super heavy, but it turned out really easy. It's not a hard DIY, and you don't have to spend over $100 on a vase. You can spend $8 on a vase and use some paint that you have around. If you want the flawless look like the Pottery Barn one, I would definitely suggest spray painting it. So when you do that, when you apply your tape, apply your tape, and then put newspaper or some type of paper, just tape, around the rest of the vase so you don't get the overspray on the rest of the vase. But again, you can do what works for you. I wanted more of a kind of a gray concrete look to tie in with a couple of the elements I'm doing in the kitchen. So all I did was add in a couple of my side jars that I got from Walmart that I had for my hot coffee bar station. I put those up a little bit higher. I added in some olive branches to my vase, which I can totally change those out for some spring florals here soon. And then I just added this other piece that I actually DIY'd, and it's actually a Studio McGee or McGee & Co. decor dupe. I made this last year and I absolutely love it. It's super easy. Let me show you how to make it. All you're gonna get is a 1x2 piece of trim board, and I cut mine around 7 to 8 inches long. And then you're going to take your drill and use a drill bit and drill out 2 holes the size of wooden dowels. And I got my wooden dowels from the Dollar Tree, but you can find them again at Lowe's or Home Depot if you need to. And you're just gonna go down a little bit, that way they can sink in. And then you're just going to either hot glue or E6000 those in, or wood glue them in, whatever you want. Hot glue is always a little bit faster, and let those set. And then I went to Dollar Tree. They should have these out right now, but I got a wooden egg decor piece that you could easily paint. It's just really thin board. You can use whatever you want. You could use a thicker piece of board, but I ended up just cutting it into like a semi-circle type of shape. It's not perfect, and that's okay. I wanted the more the rustic look for what we're going here for. And all I did was kind of take my drill bit and drill out a couple spots in the middle to kind of weaken it, and then I used an X-Acto blade to cut it out, and it's very rough looking, and that's exactly what you want. I'm going for an old vintage piece of wood here for this, and once I got that done, I kind of sanded it down a teeny bit. I took some Waverly antiquing wax, and you want to be very light with this stuff. It goes a long way. And I just brushed it on, and then I took a paper towel or a towel, and you can rub it in to give it that aged wood look, and just go to town with it. It's super easy. Once you have that, I took a little bit more of that Waverly antiquing wax and I went around the inner edge to darken it, because I feel like most old logs are darker in the middle sometimes, and it just turned out so beautiful. Then I took my base piece and I painted it black. You can spray paint it, use whatever you have on hand, whatever color you want, go for it. And then once that dried, I just added a bead of hot glue on each of the wooden dowels, and then I stuck that to the back about an inch upward on the round wood piece that we just stained. And now I have a really beautiful accent decor piece for my home that instead of paying over $100 for, I made it for literally $2 because I had everything on hand. So again, you don't have to go out and spend a lot of money on things, and you're probably thinking, well, I'm not crafty. You don't have to be. I promise you, I have so many different DIYs that I've shared over the years. Very simple. You just have to kind of take your time with it. And for me, crafting and DIYing is so much fun, and hopefully you'll love it just as much soon too, the more I share with you guys and stuff. But I hope you guys found today's video helpful. Hopefully you enjoyed it. If you did, give it a big thumbs up. Again, share it with your friends so they can get some ideas on ways to decorate their home for a lot less and on a budget, and also DIY a couple of projects as well. I'm super excited to share with you a lot of room makeovers coming out here soon, so make sure you're subscribed. Again, everything will link down in the description box below, and if you happen to miss my last few videos, they'll be up here on the screen and also in the description box below. I hope you all have an amazing day. Thank you so much for being here, and I'll see you in the next one.